quickly scale your influence and make a bigger impact? Who doesn't, right? Well, let me tell you, live video is definitely the fastest path to growing not only a connected community, but also building out that know, like, and trust factor. And you can also, by virtue of that, monetize faster. So today's guest is going to be talking about live video, but more importantly, how you can actually make money with it. So hang in there because she's coming on in just a moment. I'm super excited that she's with us today. She's one of my all-time favorite people. You are absolutely going to love her. Let me fix my camera here. For some reason, my camera's been sticking, so apologize for that. So as you guys are coming in, just give me a shout out. Where in the world are you and what's the weather like there? And while we're doing that, I also wanted to kind of set the stage for and have a little bit of fun simultaneously with some stats, because I think sometimes stats get us going in the right direction. Meaning sometimes if we don't know the value of a certain thing in our business, stats sometimes jog us and, you know, get us out there a little bit. And more importantly, get us moving in that direction. First fun fact I have for you, and I want you to guess. So what do y'all think? So when it comes to watching TV, or more importantly, watching less TV, what do you personally think is the percentage? Is it 44%? Is it 19%? Is it 90%? How many people watch less live TV as a result of live streaming? I want to know what y'all think. I mean, there's some pretty big disparity in the numbers. Is it 90%? Is it 19? 44%? Are we getting guesses? All right. Hey, Ann, welcome. Las Vegas in the house. So it's 65 and sunny. Yeah, it is beautiful here today. I spent the weekend in up in the Panhandle, and it was a little bit nippy, but we overcame. So Laurel, Maryland, hey, great to have you here. So great to see some familiar faces every week too. So glad you guys are here. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you. So Lisa's saying A. So I'm just going to say Lisa has got it. She is correct. It is 44%. Next up, we have another interesting stat. So again, these are supposed to get you thinking and bring some awareness to the whole process here so that you understand the value of live video. So globally, video traffic is going to comprise how much percent of all consumer internet traffic by 2021? Now, this is big, guys. I want y'all to understand how much video is going to impact traffic by 2021. Notice I said traffic, meaning video is going to drive traffic. So what's the percentage? What do y'all think? Is it 14, 22%? So Titus is saying B. This is really going to stun you. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Tina says 80%. All right, what do y'all think? All right, Paul is saying C. All right. Okay, so Neil is saying C. All right, so I'm just gonna quickly tell you, I can't stand it. It's 80%, guys, 80%. So consumer video is going to comprise 80% of internet traffic by 2021. That's just like next year. That's huge. All right, next up, we have another interesting stat. And I want y'all to guess because there's so much interest right now around LinkedIn. So LinkedIn spend how much more time watching video ads compared to like sponsored static content, meaning a text or an image of some sort? Is it 0% more? Is it 3 times more? Or is it 50 times more? What you think? I think this is really a fascinating number too. So Joe says A. Interestingly enough, this is where people are spending money. And I thought this was an interesting stat simply because, again, people are spending money to put their content in front of LinkedIn members. So if that's true, I mean, if that's so, C is another answer there. Well, let me just share the answer. It's 3 times. So it's not 50 times yet, but it is 3 times. So if you are on LinkedIn and you're going to spend money to get your content in front of people, it should be video, guys. So speaking of video, I want to wrap up before I go on to the prizes. So the next thing I really want you guys, and this is just, I'm just going to flat out tell you this because I think you need to so understand this. Live streaming is going to be a $70.5 billion with a B dollar industry by 2021. Are you there? Are you there, guys? And if you're not, you need to be. All right. So speaking of video, the show is sponsored by promo.com, and we do giveaways every week. So this week we have several giveaways, and we're going to choose the winners based on aha moments. So as we're going through today's content and our special guest that's coming soon, I promise, just drop in hashtag aha, and we'll be picking winners. One, we're going to be giving away this little, hopefully you guys can see this. It's kind of little, but essentially it's a little cover for security camera for your webcam. That way nobody can spy on you. And it's super cute. It's got the Marketing That Grows Your Business logo on it and a cute little eyeballs, right? I mean, who doesn't want this? It's like adorable. And then, yes, we do have a ring light. These are amazing. I pop them into my purse, take them with me, and I can always have great light for those selfies or on the fly videos. We're also giving away 3 lucky winners a month of promo.com. So definitely use those hashtag aha moments and be one of the lucky winners today. All right, so I want to get right to it, guys. I want to introduce, I know we did a little bit on the front side, setting the stage, doing some fun things, but I want to tell you about the special guest we have today. She is incredible. Now will warn you, she talks fast, and you better lean in because she is going to drop some golden nuggets on you, and she, again, talks fast. So you got to catch it. You got to you got to pay attention. But she's amazing. I've known Molly for, several years. I think we first met at Social Media Marketing World, but she is a digital strategist. She focuses on bringing authentic mostly Facebook live content to her community, and she teaches others how to do the same. And she's an amazing genius when it comes to leveraging the power of bot marketing with her live videos. So I highly recommend that you really lean in. Like I say, she is going to share some great things. One of her videos actually got 1 million reach organically, meaning she didn't spend any money with it. And through that journey, she decided to start teaching others how to do this. So she has a signature course called Go Live and Monetize. Her big thing is using live video to make money. She's been featured on all over the place. You'll probably see her at a lot of events, speaking and teaching and training. Next up, she'll be at Social Media Marketing World, and I get to see her. So I'm super excited to see her at Social Media Marketing World. Give her a hug. So welcome, y'all. Woo! Hey, Molly.
Hello. Hi, I am so glad to be here with you. And I love that you mentioned about how fast I talk. We will say that since it's 7 o'clock here and I've yet to have my coffee yet, that maybe I'll speak a little slower than usual. But my fast talking is a full commitment to getting you as much information as possible. So watch out.
Yes. And like I said, that was not I just want to make sure I didn't that was a positive thing. That wasn't a negative thing.
I got it. Yes.
Good morning, Barb. So excited for you to be here. Okay. So we are going to be talking live video today, right?
Yeah.
And
which you're one of my very first inspirations when it comes to live video. So I'm just so thrilled to be able to talk to you about this. So yeah, I love it.
Oh,
Thanks so much.
You.
You do.
So
Welcome.
My very first live video experience was showing everybody my nose hairs. But oh
I
goodness.
did not know that, but there you go. That's authentic, right?
Right? I mean, it just happens. All right. So just getting started, when you first started with live video, what did that look like for you? Did you have a plan?
Yeah, the first time that I did it, actually, I had to use my husband's phone because I don't know if you remember, but it was only available on iPhones, and I had an Apple phone. I mean, I had an Android phone, and I had a totally different business. I was coaching performers how to use their creative talents to build a career. I was teaching singing lessons, and then I was doing career coaching for mainly musical theater performers, but singers, actors, and stuff like that. So actually, when it first came out, I did launch something with a plan, being a little strategic ahead of time. I had a 6-week series to cure the starving artist syndrome. And so Saturday morning at 10 a.m., I showed up and I had a full workbook printed out that people could download. And the craziest thing was when that 7th week hit, I was actually, the series was over. So it was the day before Easter, and I was at an Easter egg drop with my kids, where they drop them from a helicopter. And I had so many people message me saying, "Hey, where are you? We're here waiting for your video." And I was like, I'm at the park with my kids, but it was such a sign that maybe I'm onto something here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
cool.
it is. It's incredible. So I think that I'm just going to ask this question just outright because I
Okay.
wonder if others think this too, which is live video, especially Facebook Live, does it even matter? Is it still working? Is it getting, when we first started all this, as you know, Facebook was giving a bunch of reach. If you were live, they were pushing a bunch of reach your way. Does it work that way anymore?
So yes and no. And here's the thing. So when I still find, and I'm sure Kim, you find this as well too, that when I do go live, the reach that I get on those videos, the engagement that I get on those videos are still way more than what I get on anything else that I do, especially on my business page. Right? On my personal page, it can vary a little bit, but on my business page, the live videos get way more reach than anything else. I will say when we first started, it was you could have gone live showing your nose hairs, like you said, and you're going to get a lot of reach. Now, do we want a lot of reach to a video showing our nose hairs? Maybe yes, maybe not. So I think that it actually,
No, we don't.
the fact that that's shifted a little bit is actually working in our favor because it causes us to be strategic. And one of the biggest mistakes I see people make when it comes to live video is that they don't use a description. They don't have a real plan. They just turn the video on and they expect that because it's live, people are just going to drop everything they're doing and show up. And that's not a good strategy. So really, I think the fact that the reach is a little more balanced now is actually working because it causes us to be strategic and to actually drive, actually work to get people to show up, which is going to create more qualified people. We'll have a better system and it will lead to more sales rather than just random reach.
Yeah. Well, another follow-on question, because I feel like there's a lot of people that might be either they're live streaming right now and they're like, well, I'm not having that same, maybe warm and fuzzy when it comes to that. I'm just not getting as much reach. So I do a couple of things and I know you do it too. So I thought we'd just touch on this real quick because you know how some things lead to another thought and it's kind of where I'm at, which is how do you get, because there's a time factor on the front side of your video, right? When you go live, when you can start to get people to engage with your content quickly, there's more kind of reach pushed your way. So I'm in what you guys saw me do is here's some fun facts. Hey, can you tell us, what your guess is? Or, hey, tell me where you're coming in from and what the weather's like. And, so I try to engage people, not just because I do want to know. I'm sincerely interested in where you are and, what the weather's like. That's kind of my own little thing. But what do you think about that? Is that true? Is when you first come on and you get people to start really engaging, does Facebook give you more reach?
Yeah, I would say 100%. And I love the way that you do it actually, because it helps you to avoid engagement bait. So what this platform doesn't want is it doesn't want us tricking people to answer things a certain way or asking specifically for this individual, go share this video and then drop the word share. They don't want that. There's a couple of words that they've flagged as engagement bait words. They want this to be a real conversation with longer answers. And so that's why I love the way that you do it because it's starting that conversation and people are kind of mixing it up. Also with the aha moments, which I love that you're doing that. So when you share those ahas, keep the ahas coming and make sure that as you put hashtag aha, that you share what the aha is. Because what does that do? It feeds Facebook. And really, I think oftentimes we think of this as a conversation between us and our potential client or our community of, I was going to say community of our member of our community. But really, it's a social triangle is the way that I like to look at it. So it's you, it's that person that you want to be building the relationship with. So you that's watching this video right now. And then there's also the platform. So whether you're doing this on Facebook or on LinkedIn or on Instagram, the platform is a piece of the conversation as well. And you have to make sure that you're giving the platform what it wants. And they've told us very clearly what they want is for us to be having longer, more engaged conversations. And so if you can pump that up right at the beginning of the video, it's going to give the signals to the algorithm that, oh, people are engaging here. If these people who are watching right now are loving this and liking it, then there's probably more people who would love it. And we should share it out there with more people into the world.
Yeah. Hint, hint, share this into the world so that you can impact more people with this piece of content and introduce them to Molly.
Do you know what we do about shares? Do you know how we do that? So instead of using that word, of using that word, because it can I look at it like a point system, right? That Facebook is like giving us positive points if we get lots of comments and engagement and all that kind of stuff. And then we're getting negative points if we use those engagement bait words. So we use the word sprinkle and we say, sprinkle this amongst your community, right? And then come back and give me the word sprinkled below. And so what that does is it creates something that's kind of like an inside secret between my community. So everyone, if there's any Mall stars here, give me a Mall stars in the comments. I'd love to know you're here. And it helps us to have our own little branded language. Many of you, if you know, we do this nugget thing, and Kim is so awesome. And I can't believe I didn't use it this morning, but I have a nugget mug that Kim gave me, which is so amazing. And having those little words that are your own, they help so that you don't get flagged by Facebook, but it also helps to create a brand that is really unique and true to you.
Yeah, I love that. And I may have to borrow the sprinkle. Like the nugget, the aha moment was a takeoff on your nugget in all transparency.
I love it.
Because I was so like, that's so good. And so I use the aha moments with a little bit more intention too. And I know you do, because it tells me what people learn and it tells me what they may need to know. Like, right. So I really love that I can, take a look and pay attention to that. So Jenny just had an aha moment. Use the word sprinkle instead of share. Yes. So I'm like, oh, man, what spinoff word? I mean, sprinkle's hard to beat, like, right? I mean, it's
sprinkling the goodness. I love it.
We have Cynthia she said hashtag Mall stars. So she's here. I love this. This is so good. And if you guys really didn't tune in, you're just tuning in, you'll definitely want to go back and catch that, because that is such a great point. All right, let me fix my camera again. I don't know what's going on with this silly camera. It keeps freezing up. At least,
well, I will say that I know so many people get freaked out about stuff like that, but it's like, you just you fix it and you keep going. Like it's all magic, the fact that we're able to make this happen. So when we have little stuff like that come up, I know you're the same way that I am with it. Is like, we understand, we fix it, and we, move on. Yeah. It's like, I think everybody here knows that too.
And I know you have too, had just horrendous things happen on live, like lights falling on my head. Nosebleed. I had a nosebleed one time. Anyway, we won't go there. So maybe that leads me to the next thing, because, a lot of people are scared of those things, right? They're scared to go live and be caught with those types of things happening to them, right? So what would you say to somebody who's got that fear factor? Because it's one of the number one reasons that people put on the brakes when it comes to live video.
Yeah. And I'm still surprised sometimes about the people who who are scared about it. Like people who have crazy successful businesses who are super confident or seem super confident in real life, they have such a hard time hitting that button for real life. Real life sometimes is different than real life, right? And the biggest thing that I can say, because sometimes I know if you're seeing people like Kim or like me who are doing videos consistently and we're showing up, it can feel like, oh, well, you just have, confidence superpowers. But that's not true, first of all. I think it's a skill set that we can develop, and it's a skill set that I know I've been working on my whole life. I'm sure Kim has been working on it for most of her life as well. And so as a performance coach, when I was working in the musical theater space, there were people who had loads of Broadway credits who would then get freaked out about going to an audition or before singing the national anthem at an event. I remember being backstage with someone who had so many amazing credits and he was legit freaking out before going on. And so I developed this exercise that each of you can use, and it's called the Quesadilla of Awesome. Kim, have you heard of it?
I have not heard of the Quesadilla of Awesome, but I mean, just the name alone, it's like screams to me, like, tell me.
Yes. Okay. So what it is, it's this exercise, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your hands like this. So inside this little ball right here, you're going to take all of the amazing things that you offer in your business, all of the transformation, the benefits, the goodness that you provide to the world. You're going to take it right here, and you're going to go like this. Whoosh. And now it's floating above us like Mikey TV and Willy Wonka. And what are you left with? Kim, what are you left with once you've thrown all your business stuff away?
I mean, what? Nothing. Like if you don't have anything,
you're left with you.
I mean,
you're left with you.
Oh,
you're left with you, the amazing human.
Okay, but I have to ask. All right, y'all, did y'all have that same answer? Like, I obviously that was not a good answer, but
it happens literally every single time. The only person who said anything different is Michael Stelzner said salsa.
Okay, that was a good answer too. I mean,
But yes, I think it happens all the time. And that's the thing, is that like we forget that we are actually the main superpower. And we also are the instrument when it comes to Facebook Live or live video of any sort, pre-recorded video as well. And I think that's the thing that becomes so scary, is that we don't work on this thing that's right here, right? That has to actually show up. I'm so honored to be speaking at Social Media Marketing World this year about actually how to show up as a person. I love sharing all of these ninja strategies that we're going to get into, but it's fundamental to make sure that you show up as a human that can actually communicate effectively. So how the heck do you do that? Yes. And so we start that by writing a list of 20 things that make you an amazing human being. And I know this can be hard. So I have an acronym. It's the word SAVE. And you may think SAVE has 4 letters, but I can't spell. So I spell wrong on purpose. So it actually has 5 letters. I want you to just get over my spelling right away. And the letters are SAAVE. And so I'm going to real quickly go over what these are. And you can put them in the chat. Actually, if you do that, it'll help everybody else to keep up as I go really quickly, because like Kim said, I speak real fast. So the first one is your skill sets. And those are the things that you're naturally gifted at, that you've always been gifted at, like since you were a little kid. The next thing is your appearance. And if there's things about your appearance that you can celebrate, it will make up for the fact that you're staring your own self back in the face, right? Like all transparency right now, I've had as Kim knows, I've had a pretty crazy 24 hours. My mother-in-law passed away yesterday. My son literally threw up on me this morning before I got out of bed, and it's 7 a.m. and I still haven't had my coffee. All of that, without my glasses, I probably would have had a much harder time coming up here, because I know that I can put my glasses on and they're going to make me feel a little more confident. So there's things that I can do. My earrings make me feel more confident when otherwise I may be like, right? And I know it's going to help me to not judge myself. So the appearance thing is really more for you than it is for anybody else. Okay, so that's your skill sets, your appearance, and then your activities, the things that you love doing as a human being. So knitting, crocheting, hiking, separate from your business. Like Kim and I love glasses, which that could even be an activity, is like going to an eyeglass shop and looking at glasses, right? What are the activities that you love? Okay, real quick. Do you want to go looking at eyeglasses with me?
Yes, maybe we could go to the C shop, because there's a brand of glasses that have all these unique glasses, and I think they have one.
That's where these are from.
Yes, right. So we may have to go. We might have to go check that out.
I love it. Sounds good. Okay, so see, and now we're connecting as humans, which makes it easier to be able to not have that fear come up or that weirdness come up, right? It also allows you to provide content that's not solely based on your products. If all your content is only based on your products, then you become what I like to call a salesy weirdo. It's easier for you to be talking about things that fit into this quesadilla of awesome. Okay, so that was skill sets, appearance, activities. The next one is your values. And the more that you are deeply in tune with your values and you share your values with the world, you are going to attract people that you actually want to work with, right? That you want to have in a community around you as you're building your business. Okay, the final thing is things you like to eat. All right, Kim, are you ready for this? Because I have an exercise for us to do, and I'm going to bring in a little prop that I have right here. So if you can find a food that you love that is polarizing and talk about it on social media, it is like an instant engagement boost. So I want you to take out your phone or your computer and go to your personal page and write the words Brussels sprouts, yes or no. Those 5 words. Brussels sprouts, yes or no. It is insane what's going to happen on your page because you're going to get yes, no, and then you're going to get loads of recipes. Then you're going to get loads of gifts of people freaking out about how they want to throw the Brussels sprouts in the trash. I'm telling you, I have been sharing this tip for years now, and it still works every single time. It is mind-blowing.
It is so funny you say that because one of my most engaging things has been something that's any of us can do. It's very similar to what Molly just said, peanut butter and what? You will get so much engagement. People will be saying peanut butter and mayo, peanut butter and ketchup. I mean, it's like just throw up kind of stuff.
Peanut butter and mayo. It's crazy.
Yeah. But there's another idea. Peanut butter and what?
Oh my gosh.
I promise you will get tons of engagement with that post. Boom.
And
you can
it's
thank
also
Molly.
not going to no, I love it. So it's not going to flag yes or no stuff, right? You're going to get all sorts of interesting answers there as well, which is so good. Oh my gosh, I love it. So once you have this whole list of the 20 things, right? And it's covering all these different categories, what you want to do is you want to read that list. Then you're going to take your fingers like this. And you're just going to get quiet with yourself before you go live. And the reason that you're doing this, I didn't even think about it. It's kind of like tapping, like the modality to do different things energetically. But really, it's here to remind you as you're reading that list, like that bubbly sense of goodness that makes you, when you are feeling the most like yourself, that's what you want to bring to the camera right before you go live. And so rather than thinking of like, what are they going to think of me? Oh, how am I going to impress them? What am I going to say? Just bring you to the camera first. And then we can get into the next step of what to say and all of that. But really, if you don't have that foundation underneath it, the other stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah, so true. And I've often told people it's not about us anyway. Nobody cares whether our nose is shiny or our hair is sticking up. We worry about it. Like all the things that Molly said, she has had a crazy 24 hours as she just shared. I didn't want to share it, but she did. So yeah. And look at it. And not only that, she has had something crazy happen. I mean, devastating in her life in the last 24 hours. I mean, you can live with the throw up is it's devastating, you could say.
I also love that you have been like, we've been such, for those of you that did not see Kim on my show for Be Lives, it was several years ago now, but one of the things that has been so awesome about having you as a friend and a mentor is that, the whole mom life thing, like how we balance the craziness of being a mom while building a business. So I knew that you were the person that I could come to this morning with like, oh my gosh, can I just tell you about my morning?
But this is just such a fantastic example of the 24 hours she's had and how she come today and she's bringing her A game, guys. She tapped her chest this morning and pulled in her awesomeness, and she's here. I mean,
having a system. Having a system to that, because then I know, even when it comes to doing my makeup, like I know the things about my makeup and that's not because of like any it's because I was a trained performer who had a system for doing their makeup on show. I'm sure you do too. There's a system to it. And I hopped on and I was like, I have to get my glasses. Like I knew that I needed my glasses. It's all my earrings. It's all very intentional as a thing that I'm bringing to the camera so that I don't have to worry about forcing it. I have these pieces around me, my set, all of this stuff is here right away so that I can just jump in and make things happen.
Yeah. And that's so important. Having just a place where you come in and sit down is so important. Well, thank you for bringing your amazing, awesome sauce to us today, for sure. I'm so appreciative, and I know everybody else is as well. So let me ask you another question. What strategies can you share with us around traffic and conversion? Because, or as some people, it's not what traffic and conversion, like just get to the money. Tell me how I do that?
Yes. Okay. So it is about, when you are creating live videos, there are two things you want to keep in mind. You want to have an objective and an intention. And so for some people, they forget that there's actually a point in doing these videos. Like we have a reason that we're doing this for our business. And so for most of you, that will be sales. Some of you, maybe you may have this idea that really the thing that's the most important is to make an impact, which I believe is true. But if you don't have some sort of revenue coming in, it's going to be much harder to make that impact. So that is why we have this system, GLAM, Go Live and Monetize, our GLAM coaching program, because we know when you can monetize your videos, you'll be able to make that bigger impact. So we actually have a full method, a framework called the Map to Millions, which Kim hinted at a little bit earlier. This is something that took one of our videos to a reach of 1 million organically. And since then, we've been able to generate over $1 million in collected revenue. Plus, last year we had our first 7-figure year. And it was all because I was using this system every single week. So I'm going to show you the system. I actually sent a picture of it to Kim so that she could bring it up on the screen. Kim, I don't know if you have that picture. Yay! Oh my gosh, you're so awesome. Okay, here we go. Okay, you'll notice there's one yellow bubble that says Facebook ad on it, and that one is optional. So we're going to focus on the green bubbles first, and I'm just going to pull up my other little screen to see if you can see it all. Okay. So the bubble in the middle is actually our video. And I just want to give you one little side tip here. This is the system that we use for live videos every week, but you can actually replace that middle bubble with a post on LinkedIn, with a post on Instagram, with a post on any of these different things. I find that it works the best when you're doing a live video on Facebook, but if you're creating content somewhere else, just know that you can replace that very middle center bubble and do the same process, which is pretty dang awesome. I love, we have these tactics and strategies using video and bots and all of that. But what I really love is to figure out the fundamental reason that it works, not just the little tactics that you can pull up. Because then if your messenger gets shut down, if you get put in Facebook jail, if your ad account gets shut down, if any of these things happen, you can take this strategy and use it somewhere else. Okay. So you're going to pre-schedule that Facebook Live in the middle. And we love to use Be Live because we can pre-schedule it. And then that link, when you pre-schedule it, stays the same. We've noticed with a couple other tools recently that the link changes after the fact, and that can get a little tricky. So that's why we also say create a pretty link for that video, because then you can, if something happens and there's a glitch with the pre-scheduled video, you can just use that forwarding link. So that pretty link is a forwarding link. Okay, now from here, we've got this pre-scheduled video, right? So it's living on Facebook, but Facebook won't let us do an ad with it until after it's gone live. And that's how I came up with this system, because there really was a problem, which was I couldn't do an ad ahead of time. And so what I love is that when there's a roadblock, when there is a problem, recognize it as the greatest gift you have been given. And that's how we got this Map to Millions. So here we have the live video, and then everything on the left-hand side of the screen, that's part of what we call the APR method. So the A of the APR method is to announce. So let's start with that part. So you're going to do a post on your business page ahead of time that says, hey, are you experiencing this problem? If you are, let me know below and I will send you information about a free upcoming training. So I don't say a Facebook Live, because then they could just go to your business page and watch the Facebook Live. I say a free upcoming training. And what we end up doing is we have people opt in for this free training that's actually on our business page. They get a reminder about it. And when they comment below that post, a messenger bot actually grabs their comment and then sends them a message inside Messenger. Two things about this really quick. If you're not using bots, don't worry. You can actually do this individually as a human. So you can actually go reply to those comments in Messenger, in the chat, wherever you can call them on the phone. I don't care. You can call, reply to those comments and say, hey, I saw you're interested in this upcoming video. Here's a link to be able to opt in to join us. Okay. Then you're going to tell your friends and power partners. You're going to do a Facebook story. You're going to send an email. You're going to send a bot broadcast, and you're going to do a teaser on your personal page. So all of those things are driving traffic to that pre-scheduled video. Do you have questions so far, Kim? I know I'm talking fast.
No, this is amazing. I've actually seen this before. So one of the things I really love what you just said was around the concept of, bot marketing sometimes scares people, right? So they're like, oh my gosh, I can't do a bot. I don't know how to do a bot. But you just took away that. Yeah. And that's important. I really want to key in on that because there's two core things here. You don't absolutely have to have a bot. It makes your life easier if you do, because you don't have to manually do it all. But two, it's driving one-on-one conversations, and there's so much power in those one-on-one conversations. So I wanted to just highlight those two little things, but this is actually a really brilliant model. Go ahead.
Well, it comes back to that social triangle that I was talking about earlier, because we're getting people to tell us below that post that they want to join us. So it's feeding Facebook as well. So and the same thing you were saying about the ahas, sometimes we'll say, let us know, your biggest struggle with this topic so that we can address it on the upcoming video. And so then you're getting all this market research in that as well.
Yeah. So if y'all are getting aha moments, if you're not, goodness. If you are getting some aha moments, we want to hear from you, because this is the super good stuff. And it's an easy framework, guys. What's so fascinating about live video, in my opinion, is that it gives us such opportunity to create content with one block of time and leverage it in so many unique and value-based ways. So Jenny is saying, so much to implement, but it's not so difficult. It's just a few small pieces and parts, and then, with a very cohesive plan, guys. So
and
Madeline
that's the cool thing is,
Thanks,
that once you schedule this video, like you were saying here, when you schedule that video, you're actually creating everything that you need. So that if you have a juicy description, you can pull that description. It becomes your email. You pull that description, you shorten a little bit, it becomes your bot message. It really doesn't have to take that long, even though it looks like there's lots of pieces. It's super cohesive because it is, this strategy that you're using.
Yes, absolutely. And it's one block of time with just a few surrounding pieces and parts to get you massive traction. So we'll make sure we drop in that photo too, so you guys can have an image of it. So we'll put it in the comments as well. So you can check that out later. Okay, awesome. So I've heard about a lot of changes about bots, because since we're going to talk about bots real quick, or we've been talking about bots, just touched on them. I thought we'd pull those in just real quick, because I think they're scary to a lot of people, and but yet they're so powerful. So can you tell me more about bots, and can we use them without worrying about being shut down?
Okay, yes, I definitely can. And so the big change that's coming up, I want to highlight, is that you are no longer able to send a message to your subscribers after they have engaged within 24 hours. So once someone has, so with this, once they comment below and say that they want access to this training, it messages them, they reply to that, they've unlocked this 24-hour window. So anytime someone clicks a button that sends a message, or they actually type a message, you can message them as many times as you want for 24 hours. Once that 24-hour window closes, then going forward, you have to either send a sponsored message, which means that you pay for it. It's actually super cheap. So sponsored messages are not that bad. The only problem with them is that they don't send at a specific time. So if you're sending them a message, letting them know about an upcoming event, it's tricky because you can't get it to happen at a certain time. So like with this Facebook Live thing, a sponsored message wouldn't work very well. But you can use them for all sorts of other things. Those are awesome. The good thing is, Facebook has allowed us 4 different categories that you are allowed to send outside of that 24-hour window. Some of the categories are things like purchase updates. So if there's like a shipping update or something like that, you can do that. The one that I love to really focus on is called the confirmed event. Sometimes they change it, confirmed event update or confirmed event reminder, and I mix them up. But it's really reminding your community about an event that they have confirmed they want to attend. Lucky for us, if you're doing a live video once a week, that is actually an event. And so there's two different ways that we are using this. One is when they opt in for that specific upcoming event, then you can send them the reminder via Messenger. There's a gray area, which is if people explicitly say they want to be reminded about all of your events. We aren't quite sure yet if that's allowed, but it seems like I would believe that if someone has said they want to be reminded about all of your events, that I could then send them that confirmed event reminder. You want to be really careful about checking on your settings within Messenger. You want to be careful about checking whether or not someone has reported you as spam, because that gives a signal to Facebook that maybe you're sending too many messages or you're breaking the rules. So you want to check on that. Unsubscribe as often as you possibly can. Like, we always have that stop button that lets them know, I want out of here. They can get out. And I find that it's important, it's valuable to go through and clean out your list every once in a while so that you don't have people in there who don't really want to be in there, because that's when you're going to get to the point where people might flag you for being spam. And some people are just lazy and don't actually know how to opt out, and then they report you, which is not fun.
Yes, which is not fun. And sometimes they're the, people that didn't mean to do that. Like, right? Like,
totally, like it could happen on accident. Yeah.
It
and
absolutely
I think it's also really important to highlight that we want to be getting their emails. So if you look at that Map to Millions graphic, you'll notice while we're doing the live video, we also offer a free gift. And when we offer that free gift, we don't say, go to this link, because what does that do? It breaks the social triangle. We say, give us the word gift below and we'll send you the gift via Messenger. When we do that, we also, in that message, it says, great, before we go on, can you drop your email here? I'll also keep you updated via email about our, goodness that we have to offer. So we have people opt in via email and even via phone number. And Manychat, the tool that we use in conjunction with Be Live, Manychat allows you to send emails and text message reminders.
That was just what I was getting ready to ask you. I wanted to ask about that because I've noticed you've started the text messaging. And so the cool thing about the bots is, yes, you can ask for their email, and then of course, drop it into your CRM if you want to. But it also has, or you can do it automatically. Yes, which I love.
So it can connect directly to ConvertKit, HubSpot, all those things. It's pretty cool.
Yes. Okay, so but the new, it's fairly new, this new texting functionality inside of Manychat, and that's pretty amazing because think about it, guys. I'm sitting here. I bet you anything, Molly has her phone right in front of her somewhere too, and I bet if you look down on your desk, your phone is sitting there on your desk. So that is such a powerful medium for us to get eyeballs on things quickly, So that's pretty clever. I love that. Are you using that feature a lot so far? And how do you using it in conjunction with this new law, this new rule?
I just realized I don't have it on the Map to Millions, and I definitely should. So I need to update my little bubbles, because what we've started doing is sending out a text message when we go live. I care stuff like this because we went live at 7 a.m. Pacific. And so I'm not going to send a message at 7 a.m. Pacific because I know that most of my community is in California, or a big chunk of my community is in California. So I'll probably send them the replay of this video later. But yeah, so we have been very strategically making sure that we're aiming to get phone numbers from our community in Messenger so that we're getting them to opt in there as well. And there's a couple different ways that we've done that, but I'm actually surprised. The main way that we've done it is just asking people if they want text message reminders. And so, we're not offering any sort of extra bonus gift that only comes via text message, which usually I think I would have thought that would be a good idea, but we haven't really done that too much. And I think if you are putting out if your content is valuable enough and people don't want to miss it, and they know they can show up and be entered in giveaways when they're live with you, that they can ask questions and get this one-on-one time with you, people are going to want to be reminded. Our email boxes are overloaded. So it's been a good thing.
Absolutely. And I really like it when if it's somebody I want to pay attention to and I get a text message reminder, because we're busy, right? So Sue is saying, wanted to start texting for years, need this like yesterday. Girl, this is such a great opportunity. And it's a new feature inside of Manychat. Yeah.
They've made
so as we're I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you there, Molly. Sorry.
No, I
I
just
was
was
just going to say,
it's live streaming. Yeah, it's weird.
I think we're two talkers. Who gets to talk first?
I was just
So,
agreeing with you. I wasn't saying anything else.
okay. Well, I was just gonna give the quick cue to pick it as we're taking questions. Anybody have any questions that we haven't asked, or you just have a burning need to know? Feel free to drop those in, and we'll also start picking the winners of today's giveaways. Some of the fun things we're giving away. So Cynthia, Cindy Lou, how do you Cindy Lou? Okay,
She's
it took
watching
me a
from
moment.
New Zealand.
Oh, welcome. I'm so excited. So some people don't know how to opt out. So true. If they don't ever open messages, you can unsubscribe them yourself. And I do that quite frequently. I don't know about you, but I get a bunch of like weird people sometimes. I hate to say weird people. I don't mean it like they're weird, but they're definitely not my ideal person, right? So,
Yeah.
and Marco saying, aha, to repurposing podcast video nuggets, blog articles. Yes, indeed. That's my so jam there. I am so focused on this whole repurposing of our video content.
And we
Leonard,
turn every single video into at least 15 pieces of content. So it's
at least.
such a game changer. Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll get content from today's show too, because we're going to be sending it over to you after we get it all created. So you can share it. So you have some extra content.
I love it.
But yeah. So if you know what, I feel like that there's when it comes to the nuances of live video slash bot marketing, even though they're two separate strategies, they go hand in hand. Jenny is saying, it's not overwhelming. Just a few tweaks and I'm there. Yes. Right. That just makes me happy. Like, look at Molly. That is, yes. That is so good. I hope you picked up something that you can't. Well, I think you did, because you just said a few tweaks and there we go. So we have winners of promo.com is Marco, Cindy Lou, and Andrea. Well, I'm so excited for you guys. You're going to love promo.com. So get a month to try it out.
So awesome.
All right. So next up, we have the ring light. So Sarah and Beth Brown. Yeah, I love these little things. I know Molly gives these away on her show. Yeah.
I love them. They're amazing. I mean, I have so many. My kids play with them too. They're awesome.
Yeah. I have to carry too, because sometimes my batteries die because I use them, you know? So, but the batteries last forever, honestly. I mean, they really do. And then we have winner of the webcam cover is Sue Sturris. These little things are
so cute.
Yeah.
I love them so much.
Yeah. I'll send you one, Molly.
Oh my gosh,
because
I'm so excited. They're really cute.
Yeah.
And you know what else is great about this webcam cover is that when you put it here, you actually have eyeballs to look into. Oh, you can put it right next to your camera. I was just going to say, but if it's covering your camera, that's not going to help. But if you put it right next to your camera, then you can actually have like something to receive your energy while you're doing your videos.
It's like looking into somebody's eyeballs, sort of.
Yeah,
like
a little friend.
So Marco's saying, thank you. Awesome. Yeah, I'm so glad you were here. All right. Well, guys, last chance to pick Molly's brain. I'm just really intrigued. I'm definitely going to, I have been doing bots intermittently, in all transparency. And it's, there's such a great question. So I'm going to go right to this, because this is such a great question. So Paul is saying, how do you handle the trolls? Molly, because we go back to Periscope days where trolls were, right?
Or even I did a show on Twitch, man, nothing has ever been worse troll wise of like inappropriate comments from people. Yeah, I think because Twitch works so hard to keep things anonymous. So you like on Facebook, if someone trolls your videos, you can actually see their personal profile. But on Twitch, it's like it could be user 354. You don't see anything personal about them. So I think people feel that it's easier to troll. But I also will say on Twitch, they have some pretty great tools to help you to be able to protect that. So you can easily have someone as a moderator of your channel and they can ban someone right away when they start trolling. But here on Facebook, I mean, I've definitely had a couple of things happen. I don't know if you know Courtney. Oh my gosh, what the heck is her last name? Foster Duchesne. Is that right? It's too early. But Courtney, she did a whole show on trolls. I will grab it and post it here because it is so funny. And it's a bunch of us reading out the troll comments that we've gotten. And, I find that for me, I don't usually delete them. I usually answer them. And I'm actually pretty good at, like in an empowering, funny, snarky, but nice way handling them.
Yes.
I will say that when it happens when I'm live, that's the thing that's a little trickier. But if you're really focused on your values, you're going to have a community that chimes in and protects you from that.
Yes. So we, and Periscope, it was so bad, and I just, very similar to what you would do. I just made a little fun of it. Like, the show bobs. And so that was one of the things that was always fascinating to me. And I would be like, yes, you just stick around to the end and I'll make sure that I do that for you. And so I had a series of Bob photos. And I would show like Bob Hope and, just different photos with that comment, because you got the show bobs a lot, right? And so so that was always fun. Or I would, you just have to you have to take it in the spirit, in the right spirit from your side, and understand that person is feeling safe being a meanie, and that is not cool. That is just not cool. You just can't internalize it.
And what it can do for your community, if they see that you handle it in a way that's not, or if you handle it in a way that's empowering for everyone and that's not feeding into the negativity, if you can do that, it's going to inspire your community to be brave and to step out there as well. So, yeah.
Amen. So agree with that. So awesome. So Cindy Lou saying this was worth watching at 4 a.m. Girl. So excited that you're here.
So awesome.
That's awesome. Well, I just want to thank Molly for being with us and sharing her awesomeness with us. And I think I just want to extend my thoughts and prayers to you as you guys go through this difficult time. And I know everybody else probably feels the same. So just let us know if we can do anything to support you.
I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, girl. Will you go and hopefully you do not have any more throw up sessions today.
Yes, hopefully it's a very easy, streamlined day throughout the rest of the day.
Yes. So take care, everyone. Thank you for joining us and being a part of today. We're so appreciative of you. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you next Monday, same time, same place.
You need great marketing videos to grow your business. With Promo, you can create commercial-level videos in minutes. Hop over to any number of our ready-made collections. Customize your text, font, size, and color to fit your unique style. Just upload your logo and show off your brand. Even find the perfect music and use it forever with a lifetime license. Then download your video, fit for any device. Join hundreds of thousands of businesses winning with promo videos. Start creating your videos today.